Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossbill and welcome to the Jesse AF Show. Today is Wednesday, May 1st, 2019, episode 80 of my daily podcast. Yeah, that's right, daily. That means every single day I'll be posting a new episode, so please check in tomorrow for my next episode. I'm on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube, so if you have any of those platforms, please consider subscribing. That way you get notifications for whenever I post a new episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about how greatness takes time, and that's the truth. I mean, it's just nuts how much time it takes to be great at something. And it really goes into a whole lot of different things because greatness does take time at everything, you know. It does take a lot of time to be great at something and to be really great at something so far that you are just professional at it. This podcast, for instance, if you look at my first episode on YouTube, episode 30 of my daily podcast, you will see that I am all over the place. I'm not clear. I'm talking slowly. You know, I'm not very visual. I'm more like, hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossbill and welcome to the Jesse AF Show. And you know what? It took a lot of time for me to build up this confidence level of just talking to my phone, and kind of I transport myself now. And that's what time takes, you know? It takes a lot of time to get into that mindset, to just get your mind into a place where you just know what you're going to talk about and you just talk and you just blow up and you're like, man, today's episode was great. I felt great about myself. I think it was a good one, and I hope tomorrow's going to be another great one. And that's kind of the mindset you have to be in. You can't just look at your phone and be like, I look like an idiot out here talking to my phone in my car in the middle of a parking lot out in Rosendale on the side of the on the side of the road. It looks a little weird, right? But whatever, who cares? I'm me, and that's all. I mean, I've been recording at Deet Stadium too, and that's a little weird too, because of course people are walking by and people are getting into their cars and all that stuff, and it's a little weird, but whatever. I mean, I'd rather have them notice me than not notice me, but at the same time it's a little weird for them to notice me. It's just shell shock. But the point is it takes a lot of time to be great at something. I mean, it takes so much time to have a great idea and to really formulate that idea and really make a plan out of it and really make a great idea become even greater. And it really honestly does take a lot of time. I mean, you look at logo design in general. I've designed logos before. It takes a lot of time to design that logo and a lot of different designs at first, and you're like, well, that's definitely not it. And you just look at all these different ideas that you just write down, and maybe sometimes you just have to draw it in your sketchbook, and maybe sometimes an idea just pops into your head out of nowhere, and you're like, oh man, I have to pull over, I have to write this down or something. And it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of critical thinking and just thinking over and over and over again, and then clearing out your mind. It takes a lot of clearing out your mind and then rethinking about things to actually create a great idea. And I mean, I've thought of so many business names over the years, and I'm just so creative when it comes to that stuff, but at the same time, there's almost so many names that have been taken already, and you're like, that's not working. That's already taken. Man, that was a good one. And it really does take a lot out of you when those great ideas that you have just have been used before, and you're like, man, how am I going to do this? It's going to be impossible. And then you think about website names, and it's like, I don't want it to be too long. I want it to be simple. I want people to understand it. I want people to remember it, you know, that kind of thing. And you don't want it to go forever, and you just have to figure it out, and it takes time. No matter what you're doing in your life, if you feel like you're taking way too much time to do something, guess what? You're not taking enough time. You have to think about it in that type of respect. It takes a lot of time to make greatness, to achieve greatness. I'm at episode 80 of my daily podcast. Episode 80. I've been doing this for 80 days straight. I mean, it's nuts. I never thought I would actually be able to do something like this and be with it that long. I mean, I'm so happy with myself. At the same time, 80 is a small number comparative to a whole year. So I'm getting close to 100 episodes, but it really doesn't feel like 100 episodes. It feels like yesterday was episode 1. And that's just kind of how it is. You just go through life and you're like, what do I do next to improve my life? What do I do next to be greater? And you just have to look at life that way. And you have to be like, how can I make my life even better? And that's kind of how life takes a lot of time to be great. And you just have to focus on being happy. Maybe you have to try different jobs to be happier. Maybe you have to be a failure at like 20 different jobs until you find the best job for you. It takes that. It takes that recognition. It takes that being humble and understanding what you're going through to actually find that great job. And yeah, sure, it sucks because it takes so long. Maybe it takes 10 years. Who knows? So many CEOs have tried and failed so many times. So many CEOs have bankrupted their companies. And guess what? They kept trying. They kept on picking up the pieces. They kept on putting them back together, and they kept on saying, you know what? I'm going to try it, and it's going to be better this time. Walt Disney did it with Disney. I mean, you look at every successful business out there, and every successful business always started out as some idea that failed maybe 10 times before, and finally he got it right, or she got it right, and they just made that right business move. And then they made that great business, and now that business is so influential that it's making billions of dollars every single year. Guess what? That's possible if you keep on working at it. If you keep on believing in yourself that you will actually achieve that greatness, you will eventually. You just have to believe in it. You have to just keep working hard at it. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It really doesn't. Sure, you can win the lottery, but that's not greatness. That's a cheap way of getting there, and it's not even greatness because you don't know what to do with it when you have it. And when you have it, it's like it has to all fleet by so fast because there's only one way to really use it, and that's to spend it. And the only way to spend it is by spending big and making that big return on your investment, because that investment is cheap to you because guess what? It didn't take a lot of work to earn that money, so you can just throw it away like it's nothing. It's garbage money. I mean, you can spend that $100 million that you win in the lottery and you're like, I want to maximize the amount of value I get from that, so I'm going to reinvest it. I have nothing to lose because honestly, it's not like I had that money before. It's not like I worked hard to get that money. So, heck, why not? And a lot of people just spend that money on fancy cars. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's what will make you happy in life. But other people, they want more success in their life. Maybe other people are just happy where they are and they just want to keep working their same job every single day with that $100 million in their bank. That happens. They're not living check to check anymore. They're happy. They're enjoying life. They're spending more happy time during their break time. And they're really enjoying their life. That's your choice. I mean, that's everybody's choice. I know I'm the kind of guy to try and make that 100 million become 800 million or 900 million. And I like maximizing what I get because I want to change the world and I want to affect as many people as possible. And the only way I do that is by making enough money to do that effectively, where I can spend as much time and resources on the things that I need to do to make a larger impact. The more money I can spend on research and development, the more money I can spend on having good employees, paying my employees good money. It's important time is something that fleets. We don't have forever. Do whatever you want with your life, but it's not going to happen forever. You have to live and you have to die. That's just kind of how the cycle works. Do the most with your time. Greatness does take time. Enjoy your time. Don't hurt yourself over all those hours that you are working. Don't push yourself so hard and then at the end of it be upset that you didn't make that $100 billion investment. Live life to the fullest. Be happy. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. I know I did. It's so important to talk about this stuff because I don't feel like not many people do. Let's see how many minutes I'm in. 11 minutes. I'm still good. I'm talking really fast in this episode because I'm so clear with what I'm thinking about. And if you guys have any ideas for my podcast, please send them in. Message me. I don't care what you do. Email me if you want. If you have some way of finding my email. I don't know. I don't really get many emails from people. I just get spam. But whatever. If you have Instagram, DM me. I don't care. I'll look at the request. If there is a request. I look at my requests. Most of the time it's just, you want to pay for more followers? No, I don't want to pay for followers. That's the cheap way to do it. I want to work. I want to earn those followers. And I love messages. Send me a message. Comment on a post. Comment on the podcast episode. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on Google Play Music. I'm on Apple Podcast. One of you guys on Apple Podcast left a great review, but it was a question of what kind of businesses are you going to make in your life? And I was like, man, I can't even answer that question because I can't write another comment on that review. Send me a message. I love it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know I did. It's so important. It's so important to get this stuff off my chest. And I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.